We have major updates on this Miami Heat injury report, and they're finally on the good side of things. This report coming from not only one of the top insiders in the game, but also a player for the Miami Heat speaking out about his own injury. We'll break down these reports and tweets on this episode of Heat Digest, where we create daily Miami Heat content. So if that interests you, subscribe to the channel, as 85% of you guys currently watching this video are not currently subscribed. We're on the road to 1,200 subscribers. We are just less than 20 subscribers away from that milestone. So do us a massive favor. Go down, click the subscribe button to stay up to date on all things Miami Heat and help us get to that milestone of 1,200 subscribers. We do appreciate and see all of your support. So thank you once again. But now let's break down the news on this massive injury report update, as it is massive. We have updates on Jimmy Butler, Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, and Kevin Love. And it's coming at a great time, as the Miami Heat only have 10 games remaining and now currently sitting in the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. It seems like we have a legit chance at making a push to get out of the play-in position, as not only did the Orlando Magic lose last night, but the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, and the Philadelphia 76ers all took a loss last night on March 27th. So Miami Heat are sitting in a prime position. Not only are they coming off of a loss, but every team above and below them in the standings has taken a loss, which is exactly what we need, as we are trying to jump positions here in this Eastern Conference with just 10 games remaining before the playoffs officially start, to get us out of the play-in position. Now, the injury report looks the exact same, excluding Jimmy Butler. He went from listed as out to listed as day-to-day, but I have injury report updates, and the only reason this has not been updated is because ESPN and the Miami Heat do not have to update it unless they have a game that following day. So this from today, early this morning on March 28th, we do not play tonight. We play tomorrow night hosting the Portland Trail Blazers. So this injury report update on ESPN will not be updated until tomorrow night. Maybe tonight if we're lucky, but again, that would be considered pretty soon, or pretty a faster update than normal. So again, probably tomorrow afternoon, if not tomorrow evening, before tip-off, before the game for the Miami Heat against the Portland Trail Blazers. But the updates are coming from none other than Shams Charania, one of the top insiders in the game of the NBA right now. This was off the Run It Back podcast produced by FanDuel, where this quote was said by Shams, saying, and I quote, "Duncan Robinson, there's optimism he's going to be back at least in the next week or so. The big worry is Tyler Herro. He has not played in a while. There's no real sense when he'll be back." And that's the end of the quote. Again, Duncan Robinson, positive news. He had that back discomfort. It seemed like it, obviously with your back, if your back is in shambles, usually you are struggling to move, let alone be in an athletic position and play an athletic game in the game of basketball. So again, positive news on Duncan Robinson. I'm expecting anywhere from a 5 to a 10-day return for Duncan Robinson. That means he will definitely be back before the end of the season, as we do have 10 games left for this Miami Heat squad. But the big news is coming from Tyler Herro, as we have not had him for our last 16 games, and he's only played in 35 games this entire NBA season. And once again, with only 10 games left, that means we're on game 72. He has barely played half the games of this NBA season, which is not what we want to hear from a legit 20-point-per-game scorer who is a starting shooting guard on this team, who is a legit piece on this Miami Heat team, not only on the offensive end, but really overall for this Miami Heat team. Now, after this quote from Shams went public, it got a lot of heat, and due to the fact that other teams, or not other teams, but other Twitter pages that cover the Miami Heat, other media pages, came out and they paraphrased it, they put it out there, and it got some traction, as Heat Nation, the handle being Heat versus Haters on Twitter, produced the tweet saying, with a paraphrase quote from the Shams tweet, saying, "Tyler Herro has not played in a while. There's no real sense of when he'll be back." And they just tagged Shams in it, which was quote tweeted by none other than Tyler Herro, a player for the Miami Heat, who just quote tweeted it with nothing else but a blue cap emoji. Now, if you don't know about slang or just a form of text type of communication, a blue cap emoji or any type of cap emoji used usually means cap, and cap is usually referred to as a way to say that someone is lying or inaccurate with whatever they are saying. Now, that didn't end there, as immediately following that tweet, Tyler Herro tweeted once again immediately following, saying, "I just had a great workout, but I ain't coming back no time soon." And this was immediately following, directly underneath this tweet here by Heat Nation, where it was quote tweeted by Tyler Herro, obviously, with the blue cap. and he wasn't done there, as he had to get something else out. As he said, I just had a great workout, but I ain't coming back no time soon. This, again, on the Duncan Robinson side of things, is again on the positive side. It really is, as we've been without Tyler Herro for 16 consecutive games. He's only played in 35 of the 72 games we've played in this season. We need him. Our offense has been struggling. We just lost to the Golden State Warriors. Yes, it had a lot to do with the fact that we lost Jimmy just before game time with an illness. But once again, this not having Tyler, not having Duncan, not having Kevin Love, and especially not having Jimmy, obviously. Jimmy has not been as absent as everyone else. But again, his absence is felt severely, as we need his presence very, very bad, especially on the offensive end. And Tyler Herro, a 20-point per game scorer. He's been a 20-point per game scorer all year long. He's been a significant piece on the offensive end, not only scoring the ball, but taking some pressure off of people like Bam Adebayo, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, and Jimmy Butler on the offensive end, not only scoring but facilitating the basketball, which he's done a great job doing this year compared to years prior, really expanding his game. So it seems like with these quote tweets from Tyler Herro, it seems like he's fairly confident in when he'll be returning. Hopefully it's about the same timeline as someone as Duncan Robinson, the next 5 to 10 days, really no longer than 2 weeks, as he's already missed so much consecutive time, let alone time overall this NBA season. We need him severely. We only have 10 games left, and once again, to highlight the standings in the Eastern Conference, we are sitting in the 7th seed. Yes, we are still in the play-in tournament area of things, but again, we are only 1 game behind the Indiana Pacers. Just 1 game. If we can win before they get a win, we would be tied. That's not true. We'd be a half game back. We'd be at 40-33, as they are sitting at 41-33. But if we can win and they can lose their next game, we will be tied for the 6th seed, if not holding the 6th seed. So I cannot wait. It's going to be a very exciting time for the Miami Heat, as things are going to come down to the wire, as we've lost key game after key game. Yes, we win some games, but it's our tendency is to win a game, to lose a game, to win a game, to lose a game, and it's just a back and forth seesaw type of battle for this Miami Heat team, as they're battling themselves. They really are, and the injuries that are taking place. And for the injuries on Kevin Love and Jimmy Butler, Shams did say before this part of the quote, I should say, that Jimmy Butler, who did miss Tuesday night's game against the Golden State Warriors due to illness, is now listed at day-to-day, which is obviously the only thing that we had an update on from this ESPN injury report. He should play Friday night against the Portland Trail Blazers. That game is at home for the Miami Heat. Again, it is against the Portland Trail Blazers before going on the road to play at Washington. The game, obviously, these 2 games are must-wins for the Miami Heat, as there's no excuse to drop these 2 games, regardless of who is injured and who is not. It seems like Jimmy Butler will be active, though, as the illness he did go down with for the Golden State Warriors game was not severe, and it seems like he's already really getting through it. That is, again, paraphrasing what Shams did say just before this quote about Duncan Robinson and Tyler Herro. Now for Kevin Love, NBA.com, or Heat Nation on NBA.com, did say that Kevin Love was expected to play against Golden State, but due to a last-minute choice, he did not play, again, with the heel injury he's been battling with. Again, it feels like an eternity. Again, he should be back in the next coming days. So I'm expecting Duncan Robinson, Kevin Love, and Tyler Herro all to make a return to this Miami Heat roster in the next 5 to 10 days, if not 2 weeks at the absolute most. So it seems like this Miami Heat team is slowly but surely coming back to full strength and full capacity right in the nick of time. Hopefully it is soon enough to get out of the play-in position in order to get into a definitive playoff spot, not to make our life even harder in the playoffs than it is already going to be, being a 7th or even a 6th seed in the playoffs. So once again, that is going to be it for this episode of Heat Digest. What injury do you think is going to be, or what the biggest resolve to injury do you think is going to be the most impactful for this Miami Heat team? Will it be Tyler Herro coming back for the first time in 16 games, playing his 36th game of the season after the 70-game mark? Will it be Duncan Robinson returning with the back discomfort? Will it be Jimmy returning after only missing 1 game? Will it be Kevin Love giving some satisfactory rest minutes at the end of that first and third quarter, due to the fact that he has not really had another power forward to come in and play his role like Kevin Love? So once again, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Thanks for watching this episode of Heat Digest. I'll see you guys on the next one.